Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. This is part 3. I had to pee on the first one. Now, the first one, my alarm went off. This one, I had to pee, so I had to stop. But yeah, but yeah, man. Kids is cold as fuck on them games, right? They cold as fuck. Now, other thing I wanted to talk about was fuck friends, but not fuck friends. And let me tell y'all what I really want to do. Now I'm thinking about it when I was peeing. Now I'm like, man, okay. So what I really want to do is, man, I really want to I want to use this podcast that I'm doing to really try to build up a platform. I know it's going to take years to do. I'm not looking at this platform to be like, oh yeah, overnight it's going to blow up. This is going to be like a 5-year process for me to get it going. And thanks to everybody that has been supporting, whether y'all like me or hate me or whatever like that, or the people that I've been bringing on, and y'all ruthless as hell in them comments. God damn, I'm like, fuck, I didn't know people feel this. People had so much negative shit to say. I'm like, man, that's crazy. But I really would like to make this into a platform to where I can bring on other people and let them talk. And I don't want to even be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I want to find new talent to where I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I would love to have like a media company, like having like a news channel, but we talk about it like in our way, like in the culture way, the nigga way. You know what I'm saying? News, weather, maybe like a 24-hour type of channel. Not only that, but doing podcasts, kind of like what Adam 22 doing, but just not about the bullshit. Because Adam 22 shit kind of, it's not even kind of, but it's based off of gangbang culture, gangster culture. Which, I mean, if that's what he want to do, and the people want to be down with that, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, shout out to LA. We ain't doing no disrespecting over here. It's all love. You know, hey, get it how you live. You feel me? But what I want to do is make a cultural media company to where we do all types of content, podcasts. We doing the news. We doing TV shows, skits, even comedians, doing stand-up, merchandise, music, all that type of shit. Like, I want to create like a very creative space where eventually, this is the ultimate goal, like where eventually it could be like a place where creative people can go and they have all the resources they need to do what they want to do. And we kind of filter it through like, okay, who got the best of the best? The best of the best is going to bubble to the top of the surface. I would love to do that. I don't know how to go about doing it, but it's kind of an idea that I have. Almost kind of like a university, but for motherfuckers to get paid. It's like a university for creators. Y'all come through, do whatever. So it'll be like, okay, boom, it'll be like a big ass warehouse. So let's just say it's some people that want to do podcasts. It's some people that want to do, that want to shoot music videos. We got all the camera equipment for them to do that. I don't know how we would do it though. Like, would it be like a university? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to do it. And I want people to come through, and I would say in order to get to be in this university, you have to audition for it. And it'll be like maybe like a council of like maybe 5-6 people that would allow, let's say if it's a huge warehouse, just hypothetically, I'm visualizing this shit and I'm speaking it into existence. We would have to vet people, that we would have to get the greatest content creators in what no matter what genre they were in, and we would just get the best of the best, and we would employ them, and I want them to have ownership of whatever content that they're producing for said company. I think that would be dope as fuck. I'm talking about like a college, but not a college. It ain't like you got to go there to get courses, but it's just like a place just for people to be creative. You got to be doing something. You can hang out, have a good time, and all this type of stuff. Like you can, but you gotta work though. This ain't the place you come to and just smoke weed and hang out and drink and kick it. This is the place that we don't mind you doing that, but you have to be doing something creative. Kind of like what All Def did. Kind of like with, I was just watching the interview with Benzino about the Source Wars. Kind of like that. So, I don't know, man. I think that'll be dope. I would love if anybody is out there, man, that's in Dallas, Texas, even if you ain't in Dallas, Texas, reach out to me on this motherfucking YouTube, man. If y'all got some ideas how we can put it together, how we need to, I would really love to talk to somebody that's really about business when it comes to credit scores. What would I need to do? I'm gonna do my own research. Like, I've literally just been thinking about this for like the past week. So I'm gonna do some more research. I really would like to talk to somebody that's really done it. They can really be like, bro, steps A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I'm more of the way that I learn is by learning by seeing people do it. I'm not really like a reading. I love reading, but the thing about, like, when it comes to credit scores and it's just kind of hard to learn all that verbiage that's so dense and it's so complicated. And honestly, sometimes I be going to sleep when I be like, the best stuff that, like, the best way for me to learn right now as a grown man is like, I be watching YouTube videos, YouTube University. Shit, I figured out how to goddamn me change out my goddamn me alternator and my carburetor on that shit, nigga. I became my own mechanic watching YouTube. I was like, oh, this how you do it. I'm all down I bought all the tools and shit. So that's kind of like my vision, what I would love to do eventually, for people that want to do music videos, that want to create shows, that want to be writers, that want to make movies, that want to be clothes designers, just anything that's creative. I want to have a place for people they can do anything creative. So that's one thing. Now, I did want to talk about this, bro. I did want to talk about this one thing. The Breakfast Thugs. The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club interview I seen with, what's that dude name? I forgot his name that goddamn quick. The Breakfast Club interview with this black dude that's running for president. I forgot the dude's name. Damn, I forgot that. I literally, I wish I would have wrote down his name. But have y'all seen this shit, man? This Breakfast Club interview. Have y'all seen this shit, bro? I'm watching this interview and I'm like, bro, I really want to figure out who this dude's name is, y'all. I really fucked up, but damn, I should have wrote it down. But Breakfast Club got an interview with this dude that's running for president. He's a Republican, and apparently he has this reputation of being the black face of white supremacy. That's what they say on the Breakfast Club. I don't know nothing about this dude. This was literally my first time hearing him on this on this interview. So when I watched it, I was like, man, I thought Charlemagne was a lot smarter than this, man. It really, watching that interview, bro, it really exposed to me how ill-prepared Charlemagne really is when it comes to politicians. And so I watched another interview he did with a politician, and I'm like, man, this dude just be asking some dumbass questions. Like, he's not really attacking what he was saying. They had another young lady on there. I don't know who she is. She was asking some good questions. Dude kind of deflected on that, but I just felt like, damn, it was 1 against 3. And when he would answer a question, they would kind of go on to the they would go on to the next question. Charlemagne asked him, well, what does white people do wrong? And I'm like, nigga, what kind of question is that, bro? Attack. My whole thing was, bro, y'all brought him on the show for a reason. Obviously, you wanted to attack his talking points that he's been bringing up. Why are you guys not attacking those talking points? And why are you not having a rebuttal for the talking points that you know he's going to come with? Y'all niggas is just asking him a question. Y'all say some little shit and then y'all go on to the next question. Because he was playing, to me, he was playing mental gymnastics with these dudes. Damn, it's a flyer here, my bad. But he was playing mental gymnastics with these dudes. And I'm going to be real, I feel like he got the best of them niggas, bro. I feel like the best question that wasn't really expanded on was DJ Envy. DJ Envy was bringing up some stuff about the whole the discrimination in the real estate market for black people and all this type of stuff. Charlemagne was just asking some old basic bitch questions. And it really kind of exposed him as like, bro, you don't really do your homework. And you know what, man? Let me just say this too, bro. I've been watching The Brilliant Idiots. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably the first podcast that I started watching. That's what really got me interested in watching other podcasts, was The Brilliant Idiots. Bro, let me be real, bro. The Brilliant Idiots, dude, that podcast is so, in my opinion, that shit, bro, these niggas, bro, that shit lame as fuck, bro. Like, the way they first kind of started it was kind of like, it was kind of nice. I was like, damn, I'm kind of fucking with this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was different. Andrew Schultz was always arguing with the nigga and all this type of shit. Now, it kind of turned into who can tell the best jokes. And it all happened because the exorcism of Andrew Schultz. There is an episode of Andrew Schultz where Charlemagne and I think somebody else, they get on his ass about always being confrontational. And at the time, Andrew Schultz was going through this whole white supremacy thing. Everybody thought Andrew Schultz was a white supremacist. Everybody thought Andrew Schultz was a white supremacist in the beginning. They had Tariq Nasheed on there. They had, a couple of pro-black dudes. And even when Charlemagne would talk about some pro-black shit, Andrew Schultz would come through and he would try to destroy his conversation. And being that Charlemagne was the biggest, out of them two, Charlemagne was the biggest figure in that podcast. Charlemagne was like, bro, you got to stop being so confrontational, my nigga. Like, bro, you got to chill out. And so after that one episode, everything changed. Now, I've been listening to the Brilliant Idiots podcast for a long time. I've been listening to it for a long time. But man, the more and more I watch it, it's getting to the point now where it's kind of like I can't even watch it no more because all these niggas do is crack the corniest jokes. And these niggas be laughing at themselves. Now me, I'm corny too. I'm corny in a motherfucker. But for somebody to be in the position that they're in, one, Andrew Schultz being a comedian, and let me just say this about Andrew Schultz. I sat through one of his comedy specials. I seen it on YouTube. I don't get it. I don't understand what people find funny about Andrew Schultz. That's just me. He's not funny to me, bro. Andrew Schultz is not funny. Now, I do like how Andrew Schultz, how he thinks sometimes on his podcast when he's just, able to freestyle and be able to go into, different topics, as outlandish as they may be, but I understand it's for entertainment. But it does kind of make you think sometimes. He does say some stuff that does make you want to think. But his comedy, I'm like, dude, I don't get it. I'm not and I hate to say that because I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not a comedy dude. Like, I don't know. I'm not the end all be all when it comes to funny people. Now, it is some white people out there that I find funny. I find Bill Burr to be funny. He funny as a motherfucker. Bill Burr funny as a motherfucker. I'm going to tell you another white dude I like. Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan funny as fuck. Sometimes he done had a couple hits and misses, but he got like 3 solid stand-up specials that I fuck with. Who was that dude? The OG white dude. Carl. Damn, what's this dude's name? Start with a C. Carl. I forgot. I don't know the dude's name. Charlie. I don't know. All white people names sound the same. And it's another dude. I like John Mulaney. John Mulaney funny too. It's some white dudes. I like Gary Owen. Gary Owen, he lightweight kind of funny too. I like his perspective on black culture because he comes from it like, oh damn, I didn't know it was like this. Let me tell you about black people and why I love them so much. He come at it like that, so he come from it from a loving way. I'm trying to think because I don't want to. It's some cold ass white comedians out there, and please leave a comment. I'm trying to think of the dude that name start with a C, and I'm recording off my phone. I don't have 2 phones. I'm disrespecting Kevin Gates. His name is on the tip of my tongue too. Man, fuck it. But y'all know who I'm talking about. George. Fuck, what's this dude last name? George Lewis? George Carl? What's that? Y'all know who I'm talking about. For the OGs out there. But Andrew Schultz, I just don't get why people think he funny. I just don't. I literally try to watch his stand up. I was like, okay, because when he first came out with it on YouTube, I was like, okay, he kind of funny on Brilliant Idiots. I seen him on that other show he did with MTV. I'm like, okay, he got an interesting perspective. Man, I try to watch this shit, bro. I couldn't get past fucking 20 minutes of this shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck is funny about? I was like, bro, what is funny about this? What is funny about this dude? I like him on the podcast, but his comedy, I try to watch. Look, okay, so I've been watching the Flagrant 2. I just started watching the Flagrant 2 podcast last year. No, like two years ago. He got another comedian on there, the little Indian dude. He from Texas. He from Dallas, Texas. I watched his stand-up. It's called Like a Pooh or something about a Pooh. Apu, the character from The Simpsons. Remember when they kicked off Apu because they felt like he was like a stereotype and all this type of shit. And he said he had some interesting takes, but not one time did I laugh. And I'm just like, man, you know what's really interesting? What's really interesting is what people find funny. That's what's interesting to me is how certain people's brain can look at something I don't find funny, but it's the most hilarious thing. They dying in their chair laughing. And then the stuff that I find funny, they like, bruh, this is not even funny. Like my mama don't like none of the shit, man. I was trying to get my mama to watch Mike Epps. My mom was like, I don't like this. My daddy loved it. But my mom was like, I don't like this. And I was like, how you can't like Mike Epps, bro? Like, you black. Like Mike Epps is probably like one of the funniest comedians right now to me. Dave Chappelle, he's funny, but he's more thought provoking. Dave Chappelle has got to the point to where he's more of a philosopher, but he says it in a way to where it's so nuanced and it's so subtle, and it do be funny, but his funny is different. It's Dave Chappelle is this type of funny, like, oh, okay, interesting. But it's so dope what he's saying. It's like, damn, that hit different. Chris Rock was, to me, I'm gonna be real with you. I think Dave Chappelle, he got threes. I think Dave Chappelle got 2 or 3 stand-ups that is, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think Chris Rock's 2 comedy specials might be the best stand-up specials that I ever heard. Outside of Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset. That was good too. Even though I didn't watch it in real time. I watched it as older. But when I was watching it, I was like, damn, okay, boom. I could, with the context of that time, and even though I grew up, I was born in 85. I grew up really in 75 because all the shit that I watched was from like the 70s and the 60s and the 50s. Because my parents are older, so I watched all the old shit as a kid. So it really resonated with me because I grew up around old people my whole life, and that's just how like Richard Pryor took. So I was able to resonate with it. Eddie Murphy, his shit was fire too. I would say his 2 comedy specials. Do y'all think that Eddie Murphy's 2 comedy specials are better than Chris Rock's? Who got the best comedies? Who got the best 2 comedy specials of all time? To me, I'm gonna say Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy. Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy probably got the best 2 comedy specials of all time. Number 3, I'm gonna go Martin Lawrence. His shit that he did back in the day, not Run Tell That. I forgot the other one. Damn, what was the other one that he had? That motherfucker was cold as fuck. And then I would say, who was the other nigga? Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx had 2 cold ass specials as well, too, my nigga. Y'all niggas need to start putting respect on Jamie Foxx's name. Jamie Foxx, please come out and do another comedy special, bro. We know you cold with that acting, that singing, and that playing the piano. Nigga, you could probably do backflips and all that type of shit. Nigga, you done cheated death 3 times. You could probably walk on water, nigga. Shit. But nigga, come out with another comedy special, bro. Man, say I would love to hear. I would say the people that the comedian that I really would love, the old school comedians that I really would love to see them doing a new comedy special in today's time would be Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, Damon Wayans, Tommy Davidson. I'm talking about people that's alive now. I'm gonna give y'all one more. Who's an old school nigga that had a old school dude that had a fire ass? I fucked y'all over that Tommy Davidson though. Tommy Davidson funny as shit. David Allen Greer. I don't know. I've never seen David Allen Greer do a stand up. Does David Allen Greer got a stand up special? You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. Let Jim Carrey come out with a stand up special, because I'm lightweight thinking. Jim Carrey might be the most overrated comedian of all time. Now, is he a great comedic actor? I give you that. But I ain't never seen one motherfucking comedian stand-up thing that Jim Carrey done ever did. Is he known? I know he done did it. I feel like, man, Jim Carrey, if you really want to shut down the world and really solidify yourself as being that motherfucking nigga, Man, you got to come out with at least one comedy special, bro. You got to come out with at least one. Hey, I'm going to be real with you. I fuck with Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld cold, too. I'm sorry. I'm a Jerry Seinfeld fan. When I was young, my cousin, I was probably like 15, 16 at the time. My cousin was like, man, I love Jerry Seinfeld. I was like, you like the Seinfeld show? I was like, man, don't no niggas watch that. Nigga, he turned me on to it. Nigga, I started watching that shit, nigga. I became a fan. Then I started watching the stand-up because, you know, he kind of came up with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy and Jerry Seinfeld was like the niggas back in the day on the comedy circuit, back in the 80s. Damn near like, I want to say late 70s, early 80s. Man, I say Jerry Seinfeld was that nigga, my nigga. Jerry Seinfeld go hard. It's a different type, it's a dry, different type of comedy, but that shit be funny though. George Carl. That's the nigga name. I just figured it out. George Carl. I'm going to tell you another comedian that I like. I like Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb is fire. Honorable mention, who's the guy? Damn, I forgot the big dude's name. Man, I've been drinking, y'all, so please forgive me. I'm not trying to be disrespectul or nothing like that, but I'm just going to go on to people that are alive right now. He passed away. I'm pretty sure y'all know real fans of comedy know what I'm talking about. It was Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal was fired. But I really like Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb, that nigga under his comedy is dark as fuck, bro, but it's so fucking funny, bro. He's like, Corey Holcomb is the type of comedian that's gonna punch you in the gut, but you gonna laugh though. It's gonna hurt, but you gonna laugh your ass off. So him, I've been trying to, Kevin Hart. Let me speak on Kevin Hart. Oh, shout out to Cat Williams. Cat Williams is funny as fuck. Cat Williams, he definitely in the top. I need to do a podcast where I rank, where I need to rank the top comedians. But Cat Williams is definitely the double OG. Do y'all have Cat Williams higher than Mike Epps, or do you have Mike Epps higher than Cat Williams? I would love to know that. I'm gonna make this into a short. You're welcome. Where do y'all have Kevin Hart at? I'm gonna be real. Me personally, Kevin Hart was super funny back in the day. I remember watching, it was a DVD that went around. I think it was called Cat in the Hat. I think it was Cat Williams. I think he came out with a DVD. I remember watching a DVD with Cat Williams way back in the day, and Kevin Hart. And there was a couple of other comedians on there. I can't remember. But man, that nigga Kevin Hart was funny as fuck. Let me tell you the reasons why I don't feel like Kevin Hart is funny to me, just personally. I think Kevin Hart is funny in interviews that he does when he's doing interviews for movies. I think that he's funny in movies. I haven't watched this new comedy special, but the last few of them that I watched, I'm like, bro. My thing with Kevin Hart is, to me, this is just my personal opinion, and I don't want to talk down on Kevin Hart. I love what he's doing. I love how he help out other comedians and all that type of stuff, bro. But Kevin Hart, it seemed like he became a character. He became a character of himself. It almost seemed like Kevin Hart figured out what white people like and what mainstream America and Hollywood like. And he figured that out, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to play into this character. This is the person I'm going to be now. And I honestly, watching Kevin Hart's older material, I don't think that's really him. I think that he's doing it for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying he don't love comedy, but But I think he found a mainstream lane and he's just sticking to it. He don't give a fuck about what niggas think. He don't give a fuck about what nobody think. All he give a fuck about is numbers. And he knows the audience that he needs to tap into to get those numbers. Now, do those people think that he might be funny? Obviously they do. Obviously they do. They buying this motherfucking tickets. So obviously people find him funny. I'm just giving my little bitch ass, dirty ass nigga opinion. I don't really like giving my opinion on a lot of people, especially when it comes to music and comedy, because that's what's wrong with the world today. Everybody got a motherfucking opinion. And just because I don't find a few of his specials funny don't mean he ain't funny to somebody. Look, I'm gonna be real. I've been battling with putting out music my whole life, and I've always been very insecure about putting out music for a lot of different reasons. One reason is because everybody say that I sound like everybody else. You sound like Pac, you sound like 50, you sound like Game, you sound like literally all the major artists that you can think of. I can literally mimic these people. I have yet, being at the age of damn near 40, been able to find my own voice, even when it comes to R&B, because I've been able to mimic people so well. And I had this friend of mine that once told me, he was like, bro, you would be a dope ass songwriter for these niggas. But he was like, bro, if you cannot come out and every song sound like, we cannot determine if this sound like Young Thug or if it sound like you. So that's why I put out some music on DistroKid, but I mean, if you listen to it, I'm pretty sure everybody will say the same thing. But that's a huge insecurity that I have, and that's one reason why it kind of like pushed me away from doing music. I know I can rap. I know I can put words together. I know I can come up with a good hook. I know I can come up with a good song. But I have a tendency, from what people tell me and from what I listen back to it, I'm like, yeah, I do sound like. I did a whole East Coast album where I literally, man, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's actually pretty. It's actually dope if you hear it. Once you listen to it, you like, oh, I see where he was going with it. If this was Nas rapping it or something like that, but nigga, we don't know who you is, nigga. You just trying to sound like everybody else. And so eventually, shout out to my good friend of mine, Hart. Y'all seen him on the podcast. Hart was actually the first person to honestly challenge me to find my own voice with music. And I did create a project where I feel like it was my own voice, but I think because of the reputation that I have for being able to be like, man, I didn't know Game came out with a new song. Damn, Game, man, this song jam. I'll be like, nah, bro, that's me. Man, you sound like the Game. Man, get your bitch ass out of here, man. Nobody trying to hear that. You jacking a whole pole. You jacking a whole another nigga style, nigga. So when I finally came up with my own style, niggas was like, I can still hear similarities. I see what you're doing, but you still ain't got it. So that's why I've been kind of like insecure about putting out music. Now I do got some stuff, but I'm just like, but this is not about that. What this is about is being true to yourself. And I feel like being true to myself is being able to show that I can be able to do what these other artists do. And I never wanted, my whole purpose of doing music, bro, was never to be like a huge artist. I always wanted to be a songwriter. I do want to do music, but I already knew that I wanted to be a songwriter. Bro, this music industry is crazy. It's cutthroat. The more I started doing research into the music industry, the more I became like, nah, I don't want to fuck with this shit. This shit weird. This shit gay. This shit lame. Nah, man, I don't want to be a part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm trying to do it independently, and now I'm trying to do this independently, this podcast independently. So eventually, I can start putting out other artists that don't have the fan base that are trying to get a fan base. So with y'all's help, please run up these numbers on this podcast so I can start exposing other dope artists that go fucking hard. Cause I know all the undergrounds of the undergrounds, man. It's so much good music that people are not being exposed to because the music industry is ran by a select few. There's so many dope, bro. Everybody that I've ever done music with, they are way better than me. They way better than me. They way more talented than me. I got at least 20 niggas right now that if I can build up this platform to the point to where I can start giving them some type of exposure, bro, y'all gonna fall in love with these artists, bro. But I need y'all's help. Put up the comments. Hey man, we want to hear the music. Who you talking about? Facebook, Instagram. We want to know it all. When you gonna put out the first song? Y'all pose some interest into this shit to where I can start putting these niggas out. And I'm not saying putting them out like on my label, because I ain't got no label. I'm not no label nigga. I don't own a label. I'm just saying, like, there's so many dope artists out here that's just within Dallas, Texas alone, man, that need y'all support and need y'all help, man. I'm not trying to sign no nigga or nothing like that. I ain't got no money to sign no nigga. I'm just a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, there's a lot of artists that I know that are so fucking talented that I think that if you guys gave them a chance, if you guys showed interest, you guys would not be disappointed. What do y'all want to hear? Would it be cool if I just put up a song, like with a nice album cover, like a 3-minute song? Or do you guys want to see a music video? Do you want to see an interview with a guy that or a female that I find talented, that I think is dope, and I would love for y'all, for them to get more exposure? Y'all let me know. I want to feed y'all. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't the music podcast. This is just a podcast talking about all types of shit. Shit, nigga, if it was up to me, nigga, I'd do a whole podcast talking about what I ate for breakfast this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do a whole podcast on just what I ate within the past 8 hours, nigga. So, I don't know. But this is part 3 of the podcast. I'm sorry I had to put it in 3 parts. This is the long one right here. This is 38 minutes. Hey, man, so I'm going to do another one tomorrow, man. Y'all stay on the way, man. Hopefully that ain't going to be 3 parts. It'll be in fucking 1 part, or maybe 2, because y'all know I be pissing a lot. Hey, y'all, stay tuned for the next Bulletproof Podcast. When it's up and it's stuck there, nigga.